Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rylee and today I'm going to be setting up my journal for April, but I wanted to start off with a little unboxing from JournalSay and a huge thank you to JournalSay for partnering with me on this video. I have been using JournalSay for many years for affordable stationery, and I will be sure to have their link down below if you're interested in purchasing some for yourself. I've got all kinds of things from them in the past, stamps, stickers, lots of beautiful ephemera, but today what I really needed was just a marker restock. JournalSay has some of the best prices on Tombow markers that I've ever seen, so I decided to restock my Tombows because I've been getting a little bit tired of some of the colors that I just keep coming back to over the years. So the top little corner here is markers that I already have and I just wanted to replace. I use them a lot for custom bullet journals, and so I go through markers a little more quickly than probably the average journaler, so I had a few that needed replacing, but I also decided to try a bunch of new colors, mostly pink. That's the biggest color that I feel like was lacking my collection, because that pink that you see at the top, 772, is literally the only pink that I ever use. I don't know how I've gotten by so long with just one pink, but I really needed to change that. So I tried a bunch of these bright pink Tombows and some more muted pink ones as well. And I did write all of the numbers beside the swatch. So if you guys are looking for these exact markers, you can check those number codes on JournalSay and add them to your cart. I also tried a few blues. I love the light blues from Tombow, but again, dark blues is something that I felt was really lacking in my collection, so that was kind of my second priority with this little JournalSay shopping spree. And finally I picked up two new ones that I just knew I would love. You know I love greens and these yellowy oranges, so I decided to pick those up as well. So from this swatch, I decided to choose the color palette for my April theme, and the April theme in these pre-made journals is tulips. So those are the 6 colors that I am going to be using today, and again, those supplies as well as all my others will be linked down in the description. So moving into the planning portion of today's video, this is my 2026 bullet journal, and it is a pre-made journal that I designed on my iPad, had printed in bulk, and now offer in my shop with various personalizations. It's kind of like a coloring book and a journal all in one, so if you're at all interested in that, you can find the link down below. And the prompt for April, which you guys chose all of the prompts on Instagram, was tulips. So this is what I came up with, and I'm using some of the more soft colors from that Tombow swatch to color the actual tulips for April. So one of the reasons why I post these monthly videos for you guys is because I often get asked for like coloring tutorials, and really my method is pretty straightforward. I would say I don't use a whole lot of markers. As you can tell, we've got like 8 markers picked out for this whole theme, but I do layer my markers. So as you just saw with the tulips, I will color the whole thing in one solid color, and then using that same marker, I will darken up portions of it. So oftentimes that means adding a shadow to like the bottom right hand side is kind of my default shadow spot. But for these doodles, it meant adding like creases to the petals. So coming up from the bottom of the petal in kind of a curved motion that follows the shape of the petal, and then occasionally a few coming down from the top as well. Now the green that you see me using right now and the color that you're about to see, yes, this beige here, these two colors are not new to me. They have been in my collection forever. The green that you saw is number 228. It's a beautiful, dusty, dark green. It is definitely my most used green from Tombow. And then the beige that you saw was 990, and I rely on that one a lot. You're also going to see Tombow N89. It's a super, super light gray, which I never really use as like part of the theme, but I use it in every theme as drop shadows for my letters. That is like the main way that I use N89. So as you can see, we're going to tackle the lettering next, and the lettering is one of my favorite aspects of this journal because when I was planning out making this journal, I was a little bit stumped because obviously it's all black and white, but so many of my journal themes rely on big, fun, colorful lettering as like the feature for that theme. So how I decided to, carry that out in a black and white journal was by doing light gray lettering for the months, and then you simply trace over them. So as you saw, I traced over them in like fluid strokes because I do calligraphy all the time. But if you're not ready for that yet, you can definitely just treat it as another thing to color. So use a finer tip marker and just color in the gray area. As you saw before, I used, again, the same green. I'm not using a bunch of different markers, but I darken up the bottom half of the letter. You could do the top half. You don't need to do it at all. I don't know, once you start doing fun calligraphy, you find just little things to add to every single heading, and suddenly you can't do calligraphy without doing that. That's how I feel about my light gray drop shadow, darkening up the bottom half of the letter and adding the white gel pen to the top half, which you're going to see in just a moment. So the left side of the title page is just a blank page. That's for you to use for whatever you need in a month. Because this is pre-made, I was really trying to balance the flexibility of a bullet journal, because that really is the biggest strength of a bullet journal, is that it's not just a fixed planner that you picked up at Walmart that has sections that you're never going to use. It is very flexible and you can use it for whatever you need. So that's one of the big reasons why I included this page, is so that you can add a spread that is more unique to you and isn't featured already in the journal. So for me, that's a master tasks list for the month. I love to have a place to dump down my home tasks and my work tasks. And then as I go through the month, I will organize these tasks into which week of the month I want to complete them. So this is the white gel pen step. As you saw, I added it to the top half of each letter in kind of like dashed strokes on the thick strokes of the letter. And I'm also adding some to the flowers, again, just kind of following the curves of the petals. So as you can see, the next monthly page that's included in every month of this coloring book style bullet journal is a calendar spread. And again, I was trying to keep this really flexible, really open-ended. So it is undated. You can use this for any year. It also doesn't have the days of the week because I know many of you guys prefer a Monday start. I am a solid Sunday start girl. So I left the days of the week part empty so that you can put that in as well and choose how you want to start your calendar, what year you want to use it for, all of that. And then over to the side of every monthly calendar, there's also a space, again, kind of a free space. And for many people, I see them using it as like a note spot, a goals area, a little brain dump for the month. For me, I like to use this for my monthly focus. And I basically break it down to be a weekly focus and choose kind of like one overarching work task that I want to really focus on that week, kind of my priority for the week, I guess. So that's what I'm going to do with my open box on the side once this page is fully colored. Now, the stamps that you'll see me using throughout this theme are these beautiful serif kind of typewriter style stamps, and I got these from Paperwrld years ago. I know they still carry them, and I do have a discount code down in my bio as well. So if you are a fellow bullet journaler watching this video, I would love to hear from you in the comments. What is your April theme? And if you are one of my dear friends who is using this journal, please let me know what colors you decided to use. I've seen so many beautiful recreations on Instagram, people adding gingham backgrounds and all kinds of things to just up the cuteness of this theme. And I love seeing those, so definitely tag me if you decide to share your journal on Instagram. So moving on, we've got our trackers and our memories pages. So on the left, you'll see 6 habit trackers, and I always get questions about how these spreads work. So I'm just going to talk you through it, even if you are already familiar with habit trackers. Basically, each one is like a mini calendar of the month, and you choose one habit to check yes or no. Did you complete that habit each day? So you could do things like doing your exercise routine, getting outside, flossing your teeth, whatever it is. Just choose some healthy habits that you're trying to do on a daily basis. And then each day, if you do it, you can color that box in. If you don't, you can use it empty, or however you choose to do your key. And then below there, you'll see that circle tracker, which is for more of a like leveled thing that you want to track. So the most common thing to track here would probably be your mood. You can choose 4 different moods on the side there in that little key, and then track each day what your mood was like. What I've been using mine lately for is energy levels. I am expecting a baby and I don't get a whole lot of sleep. I've got really bad insomnia, and so my energy levels are honestly pretty brutal, but that's one thing that I have been tracking with this tracker. So I just kind of made myself a key for like a level 0, 1, 2, or 3, and that's what I track on a daily basis. But you can track anything where you want to track a range, like how much water, and then give yourself a key. How many steps, give yourself a key. How many pages of your book did you read, make yourself a key. How many hours did you sleep, how many hours did you study. There are so many ways to use a round tracker like this, like we have at the bottom. Now this step that you've seen me do on all of the other spreads is always my favorite step. It's just adding the white gel pen, which is just the cherry on top. Like I said, for the lettering, I do the thickest stroke of the letters and I highlight the top part of that stroke with kind of a dashed line. And so the white gel pen that I use, I always get asked about. This is the Languo P600B. It's so nice and juicy. It has been my go-to white gel pen for a few months now, and it's also the free item when you purchase any journal from my shop. So I have these journals available. I also have empty journals. I also have like oopsie journals that are about 50% off and just have small blemishes on the outside, but the inner pages are totally fine. So if you're looking for a journal like that, please feel free to check out the description box below. And yes, you will get a free white gel pen with the journal of your choice. We've also been working on some custom journals lately, which has been a lot of fun. I only have one of those available every kind of 6 weeks-ish. But if you do care to join us as we set those up, every single page, every stroke, we do it together on TikTok Live from Monday to Thursday, and I will have my TikTok account linked in the description of this video as well. So let's do a final flip through of the monthly pages here. I've got my tasks and title, my calendar spread with a spot for my weekly focus, some trackers on the left, and a page to record memories for the month on the right, and then the first of 5 weekly spreads for this month. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you in the next video.